Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Alexandria. I am a registered nurse and a freelance health content writer, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about idea or content creation ideation. And this channel is developed, really I just created it because I didn't see a lot of content out there for nurses to learn how to be a freelance writer. I think it's a great space to jump into that's um, low cost and low risk and is really kind of fun to get into. So if you like what you hear, please subscribe to my channel. Here we go. Okay, so content creation and content ideation as it relates to articles. Where do you go for inspiration? This was something I really truly struggled with after I got my first few clients. It's one thing to go and pitch and have all this preparation done for pitching and be successful in it, but it's another thing to consistently create new content, right? It takes time, it takes energy, effort, and that is just a part of the game in freelance writing, right? Because you are not a regular employee. And so that means it's your job to produce ideas for articles that your freelance clients are going to continuously want to pay you for. And, I have a mentor in freelance writing. She's also a freelance journalist. And we talked a lot about the ebbs and flows that go with freelance writing. You'll have months where you're just tapped, you're so busy and you just need a break. And then you'll have months where it looks like tumbleweeds are walking by or flying by your office because nothing is coming in. And this is so normal, you guys. I hope that you understand that in freelance writing, this is so normal. And this is why I don't recommend that you just start in freelance writing and, let go of your day job right away. And if you do that, if you do decide, okay, I'm done with the bedside, make sure you got some money saved aside so that if it takes you a little bit of time to get clients that you can retain who are paying you enough to not have to go back to the bedside, you're okay, as you're building those clients and you have a little bit of money, financial cushion to carry you through. So let's talk a little bit about where or how to generate some ideas for inspiration for content. So there's a lot of places, by the way, and I think sometimes, I know for me, I get in my head a lot about exactly where I should be drawing inspiration from. And I mean, there are so many things that you could be writing about. So let's just think through some spaces. So the first thing, current events. Current events are a great place for you to generate content ideas for articles. So, I mean, what's happening locally, what's happening in your region, what's happening nationally, what's happening in your nursing community locally, what's happening in your neighborhood locally. These are things that could potentially be spaces for you to develop content and get paid to write. So don't underestimate where you live and what you're doing in your day-to-day life, because I guarantee you there is something that you can write about and you just don't even know it yet, or you know it and you just haven't pitched it yet. Pitch it. Just pitch it. Okay. Google Alerts is something I really, really enjoy. I use Google Alerts specifically for nursing news, and then political news in certain regions of the country. And this is because I'm starting to shift into writing on these topics. I'm slowly starting to expand on my niche areas. And so having Google Alerts allows me to keep up with articles that are being reported or stories that are being reported that have those keyword searches in there. So you can, I believe, Google alerts and Google will likely give you a link to how to set those up, and really you just put in specific keywords of topics that you want to review or know about that's in the news, in the media, and daily at a certain time Google will send you a list of articles on that subject. Okay, so Google alerts also for content creation and for generating ideas. I said a little bit about this already, but personal experiences, like, super duper important and often create a wealth of ideas for stories. So I know for me, for example, just off the top of my head, I have dealt a lot over the last couple of years, especially with imposter syndrome. And I have no idea why I have not written a feature piece on that and really, what it means and what it looks like. That's an idea. See, you see how easy that is. So I know that's something that I've gone through in the last couple of years. Another thing is my experience as someone who's gone through a PhD program, defended their dissertation. That's something I could easily be writing on. Being in a space right now where I'm having to move about the country as I continue to advance my career in research. That's obviously a topic. Marriage and family, that's another topic that I could easily be writing on. And so I say these things to say that as you are starting to think about personal experiences, I guarantee you that there are things that you are going through that other people are going through as well. You just have to put the story together and then pitch it to the right client at the right time. I promise you that is like the golden rule or way of surviving in freelance writing. It really is finding the right story at the right time for the right client. And that's it. Other ideas for content creation. What's going on at work? So, a lot of you are possibly working at the bedside, working in clinics, working in direct patient care in some way, shape, or form, or in case management, or in, some other realm of nursing, nursing informatics, something, right? And there are things that are going on in your work environment. Are these things that can be turned into a story, a writing piece? And if so, it's your job to, if you're interested, this is an area that you could be writing on and pitching about and generating information for people to look to if they are in your work space or thinking about going into your workspace and haven't really had the front row seat to what some of the work issues may be in your specific genre. Okay, friends and family are also an amazing place to get content from. But I know I wrote a story previously about menopause and the Black woman's experience with menopause. And that was probably one of the first feature articles that I wrote that not only just meant a lot to me, but also generated a ton of traffic. It's on Medium, by the way. So if you want to go and check out Menopause Matters, that's a series that Liz Siegert heads, and got a lot of amazing writers in the healthcare space to write about. And I loved that experience because it really kind of forced me to think about writing outside of evergreen articles. Evergreen articles are those articles that, really have the same content, but don't really change up in what we know about a condition or how to do something. And so we just continuously republish that content, but in a new way that really kind of encourages people to get engaged in that particular content all over again. And so I have found more and more now that I really enjoy writing feature articles, because feature articles are more personal for me. And yeah, I really enjoy giving more of the personal side of me in my writing. I find writing to be really therapeutic, by the way. So that's one of the reasons why I write as much as I do. I am a nurse scientist, so I'm always writing, for grants, for published research papers, for my dissertation, obviously. I mean, I'm always writing, and then the freelance writing, but that writing piece becomes a lot easier when you are writing about things that are important to you. And then finally, social media. Social media is a great place to get content ideas, because depending on who you're following, you may find some ideas about real world experiences, real life experiences that people are going through. And some of them are funny, some of them are not so funny, but can be informative for someone else who may or may not realize what else is going on in the world that they also want to tap into. And your job as a writer is to get people to tap into information that you are disseminating and allow them a better understanding of something that they weren't familiar with before. That's all I have, y'all, on content creation ideas for today. So if you like what you heard, please, please, please subscribe to this channel, and I will see you guys next time.